Hey everyone, I'm your host Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast Show, and today we are interviewing a gentleman. His family has been on the show. He's no stranger to us, no stranger to y'all, no stranger to you or I, but he is coming back because he has launched his album release, and this track is fire. You won't want to miss what we are going to talk about. We are going to talk about this new single album that he just released. It is super hot in stores, available on streaming platforms wherever you stream your music. He is on there. You gotta check him out. This is going to be lit, and we're gonna get an inside sneak peek of who this man is and how he came to be and what it is we can expect from future productions. High Road Records CEO and founder. Here we go. Hey everyone, I'm your favorite host, Gentleman Style Podcast Show. And today we have this incredible artist. This man is ISO the God. He's a rapper, songwriter, and record label owner. This man, his discography and songwriting spans multiple genres, which is often inspired by his personal life and life experiences. He has been involved with recording, writing, and performing music since a child, and we are going to get into that today. He has recently released a new single, Mood Today, on February 9th, 2024. And we got the honor, we got the blessing, we got the distinguishment to share this fire track. So, as his introduction, help me welcome to the stage the incredible, the official, ISO the God himself. What's up?
What's going on with you, bro?
Boom. Yo, this track is fire, sir. This album is hot, super hot. When I saw you release, I was like, yo, this is lit. But before we get into this, the sauce about this, you've been doing music, you've been doing songwriting since forever. What inspired? When did it first manifest in you that you knew, like, okay, this is my destiny here?
Man, I really started. It had to say about 8 years old. It was around the time where I actually performed. It was actually like I was in elementary school and I looked at like the little black boy who was the star of the play. And so I got on stage, and my first time getting on stage, I was actually able to perform. I remembered all the lines, like, just a typical little stage. And for me, I felt like this is what I was supposed to be doing. And so fast forward, I got to 10 years old. I actually started performing as a church group. I started performing in a church group.
What?
And we was doing gospel rap. And that's when my first lyrics bars ever came out, and from then on I've always been writing music. And even when I haven't put out music, but I've probably wrote hundreds of songs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, even the music I put out now, man, I got so much new stuff. It's like I couldn't even put it all out at one time. Now it's just going through the process of doing everything the right way, getting everything copywritten, and really going through the process, because I'm really trying to leave a legacy behind.
That's huge. That's huge.
Mhm.
And that's so dope. And that's so powerful, man. It's incredible. And I have the utmost respect for people with your skills and your talents doing what you're doing, because it's the industry. It's in us, right? If you go back to the motherland, Africa, right? That's how we communicate. That's how we get through the day. That's how we handle when we out there working the field. Music, the
Music.
drums. When we go to war, it's the drums, is the sound, is that's the invigoration. And music
Absolutely.
is multicultural, and so it's a powerful
Absolutely.
industry that you're in. So the song is called Mood Today.
Yes.
What in your life? I feel like this is intense, right? It's heavy. It has a
Yes.
story to it. What
Yes.
inspired Mood Today? What should people expect when they listen to this album, this single? Because this is like it's kind of
Yeah.
like all of the above. But it's your story. So tell us what inspired it in your life.
Um. Honestly, I would say the biggest thing that inspired it to me was that one day I had a real bad day, and I just started thinking about everything that throughout the years that's been really taking my energy, my time, my emotions. I've really started like breaking down different things. And then I heard that beat. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm not letting nothing else bother me today. I'm not letting nothing else bother me today. I'm not letting a bill bother me. I'm not letting a person bother me. I'm not letting a situation bother me. I'm not letting nothing else bother me today. And Mood Today was that's the record that came out of me saying that.
So Mood Today is about a conscious mind shift and being in control of that state of mind. Did I understand that correctly?
Absolutely. That's you're like one of the first person to even interpret it in that way. And actually that's literally what it is. This is a conscious effort and a conscious shift in my mind of, you know what, I'm not letting nothing else stop me from getting to where I need to get to. I've got all the blessings in the world right now. I'm not letting another thing stop me from going where I need to go. And that's literally the whole basis behind Mood Today.
That's powerful. Powerful. I told y'all, man. Super, super dope. ISO, the God, man, dropping nuggets, wisdom. And that's so important. That's significant,
Absolutely.
right? Because we go through life, we go through pandemics, we go through elections, we go through all of it. And
Yep.
it seems like our reality, men are killing themselves, taking themselves out because they let that pressure just bury them over and over until it becomes too much. But this song is
Man.
really, really changing that.
Oh, absolutely. And it's like a lot of time for us, especially being, you know, black men, right? We go through stuff and it's almost like the world doesn't even care, like don't even acknowledge it. They don't acknowledge the trauma that we specifically go to. And this is not to downplay anybody else's trauma, but our trauma specifically, we are always looked at as being the criminals. We always look at being perpetrators. We're always looked at being, um, we knew what we were doing. We don't go through and we don't go through anxiety, mental illnesses, depression. We don't go through none of this stuff, right? In the eyes of the world.
Right.
But the reality of it is we do, and we suffer from it. And in our community, we're seeing mental illnesses everywhere. Everywhere you look up and down our neighborhoods is nothing but mental illnesses, and we are not even conscious that the reason why our mind is offbeat as a community is because we're letting everything else steal our energy, steal our bodies because we're working for other people all day long, steal our minds, steal like you're literally giving your conscience away to someone else, and then you're wondering why you're not happy. You know what I mean? Like, and this is
Facts.
the stuff that we go through, and because of who we are, we're expected to wake up, work, shut up, wake up, work, shut up, wake up, work, shut up, and no, and that's literally what I'm even talking about in the song. That even with my situations, like I've had many situations to where I'm not even supposed to be talking right now because I should have let the power that someone else had over me overpower me and kill me, or I'd be in jail, or do something stupid. And this is what shows, or this is the record that I came up with that God gave me. I feel God gave me this record to put this record out, not just for myself, but for other people who is experiencing this. Don't cost you a fee to come sit with me.
Huge.
Look at my team, we winning. Look at my
That
sons, they
is
bleeding.
huge. inspiration through and through. Yo, you guys gotta cop this album. You guys gotta check it out. It's massive. It's fire. It's lit.
It absolutely
Yo,
is. And
you,
you know what? I will say this too. Um, I mixed and mastered the whole thing. I actually have my own. I'm in my mobile studio right now. Like I've literally put my whole energy and effort into being able to create this. So that's why I created a record label, because I'm literally creating a lane not just for myself, but for other people, that you don't have to conform to the music industry to be a successful person. And that's what I teach. I teach being a successful person. You know what I mean? You don't
that's
have to be whatever standard that they put for you to be successful. And that's why I feel like I'm 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 speaking from a whole nother perspective in life, than what you would listen to a normal rap song and be like, okay, well, they're talking about sex, money, drugs all day. No, 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 no. If you really listen to it, it's actual concepts that I'm actually talking about. And I feel like most people don't have concepts anymore. I feel like that's a lost art, especially when it comes to hip hop itself.
super true. Super true. We gonna be right back, y'all. We gotta go to a quick commercial break and endorse our show sponsors, but we will be right back with more ISO the God and his album release.
Baby Gear Services DMV specializes in high quality baby gear rentals in the Maryland and DC metro area. We have a wide range of baby gear items for rent, including wooden cribs, car seats, high chairs, and more. We also offer seasonal specials and free delivery. Our prices are very versatile to cover every budget. Wooden cribs start at $17 a day, high chairs and even car seats start at $5 a day. Check out our website, www.bgsdmv.com.
We are back to the Gentleman Style Podcast Show, and we have the incredible songwriter, artist, music producer, mogul, philanthropist, father, husband, killing the game, and spilling the tea on his latest single, Mood Today. If you guys haven't copped this album by now, you gotta cop it. You gotta check it out. But we got the man, the myth, the legend here to break down the story behind what is inspired this music, why the creation of this music, and who is it there for, who's the audience is supposed to speak to. And that's what this is all about. It's about moods and changing your mindset. If you missed that, if you missed anything that he shared today, go back, scroll back, check him out. He's on we're on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Facebook business page, Ghana, Apple Music, Audible, and anywhere you stream your podcast, we are there. Check out, go back for my audio listeners, go back and check out what he had to say. Mr. God, can I call you God? Mr. God, tell us, you are an independent artist, right? What does that mean for us who are watching, who don't necessarily, hey, Danielle in the comments, what's up, girl? What's up? What's up? Glad you're here. Appreciate you being here. She's also another show sponsor, VIP show sponsor. So thank you for being here. But Mr. God, tell us, what does it mean to be an independent artist for us who are unfamiliar or just learning about the music industry? What does that mean?
Well, my situation is a little different than just a regular person who's just releasing music on themselves, in the sense of that I actually started up a record label. So I own an independent record label. So technically I am signed to High Road Records, but it's my record label. And I did that for a reason. And I did that because, later on, let's say if I ever did decide to work out a deal with another, company, you have to deal with me as a record label, and we have to have certain splits as a record label, not just as an artist, because it's more. This is more. This means more to me. Um, but I would say, from anyone's perspective, if you have the opportunity to actually put out your own music and actually push it yourself, promote it yourself, do the things yourself to do that, in the long run, being an independent artist is more successful than being a mainstream artist. Like you will be able to see someone who has, let's say, millions of streams, like one of these popular rappers like Travis Scott or whoever. Those people really don't see the money that they should versus being independent. You're actually able to create your own splits with producers. You're actually able to do your own thing and actually reap the benefits. And so many people run away from that grind because it is a grind. So many people run away from that grind to try and sell their soul to a record label. And at the end of the day, you get the short end of the stick. So to me, being an independent artist is owning and really running and controlling your future and how your image is going to be portrayed. And that's what I care about.
So what I'm hearing, what I'm really hearing is being independent allows you the space to create, the ability to create and stay within your style and your flavor. Being an independent, your independent record label gives you the freedom to create freely without succumbing to anybody else's demands or anybody's wishes. We see that we hear about this all the time, right? An artist
Yep.
who wants
Yep.
to go this way, but because he's with a record label, he no, we want you to talk about the sex, drugs, and hoes and all of that. Well, maybe that's
Right.
not what you're on. Maybe that's not the kick. That maybe that's not what society needs. I just watched Bob Marley One Love this
Mm-hmm.
past weekend, and the power he had, he surprisingly had a lot of say in the flow of his music and the flavor and the album cover. And
Mm-hmm.
so Bob Marley, even though signed to a major record label, still had a lot of play in what he wanted to release and what he felt and wanted to put out, especially what Jamaica needed, right? So Jamaica was
Mm-hmm.
in a civil revolt. They're fighting
Mm-hmm.
war, gang rivals are killing each other, and he was able to bring his music and say, listen, we need peace.
Mm-hmm.
Peace. That's what inspired a lot of it. So that's what I'm hearing you say. It's better for
Absolutely.
you on the independent side. Is that right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, it's no secret to how they push the music, how the music that gets on the radios, the music that gets in the algorithms. It's no secret that they favor certain artists over more conscious artists. But you have somebody like Killer Mike who would put out and win Grammys, and he's not necessarily that type of artist that raps about certain stuff. He actually raps about more conscious themes. You normally don't get that with major artists unless they're at a certain level, like J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar. They're at a certain level to where they can kind of get whatever they want. But younger or smaller fan base artists, no, you have to conform to whatever everybody else's wants. In my situation is a little different. That I'm financially stable enough to where I could say I don't care. I'm gonna do what I do.
Yes, sir.
And that's the beauty of it for me. If I didn't make a dollar off music, that doesn't change my life.
That's huge, and that's huge, and I really appreciate you breaking that down and describing the difference between an independent artist being signed to a
Right.
record label. Having your own record label, does that allow you the ability to sign other artists under you?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and that's kind of the reason behind me building. Not just see, I'm doing everything the right way. I'm going about everything the right way. So it takes time to go about it the right way. What we actually did was really we started actually reaching out to these different platforms like Spotify, iHeart. So we're actually working on a direct distribution deal with them ourselves, so we could actually send your music straight to Spotify ourselves. So this is something that I'm not just trying to do for myself. I'm trying to do for other artists that, hey, I don't want to conform neither. I want someone that believes in me. And I'm actually creating a platform to where people are going to be able to come, and I'm going to sign people. I'm going to push their music. I'm going to pay to get their music pushed just like every other record label. And yeah, yeah, absolutely. And you're not going to have to your art is not going to have to suffer because of them oversaturating your music. Like every song you hear from NBA YoungBoy sounds like the last song you heard from NBA YoungBoy. The last song from Lil Baby sound like the last song. This is not his call. This is the label's call.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not even trying to do that because I'm an artist.
Yeah.
You know?
So you know the pains, you know what an artist goes through in order
Right.
to get to that point. So because you're
Absolutely.
there, you can empathize and sympathize. So what does that look like? So we just talked about the benefits of being independent and staying independent.
Right.
Why would me, an independent artist, want to join up with High Road Records? What is the benefit and the plus there?
Right. Well, for number one, it would be actual. We will actually be able to have real conversations about how and what direction you should go with your future. Number one, most record labels, they sign you and you just get thrown on their roster full of 200 other acts, and whichever one is the most important, that's where the money's going to go to. With me, I'm actually helping you one on one. We're actually going through this together. You're actually seeing what I'm doing. We're actually doing this together. I'm actually teaching you the process of how and what you should do, because this is not just going to be me promoting you. It's going to be you promoting you. You're going to be doing the work. This is not, but I'm trying to help you understand what it is. So maybe you don't even need me one day. You could just do it on your own. I don't care. Like, the fact of
So
it
you
is,
release the artist. You will
uh,
release the artist and allow them to later
if you
this.
need my if you need my help, when you need my help, that's when we work together. If you don't need my help, hey, listen, there's no harm, no foul for me, because number one, I'm a artist and I believe in myself, right? Just like you should, I would expect whoever who wants to deal with me, I want them to believe in themselves. So if you believe in yourself the way I believe in myself, we should never have a misunderstanding. I'm not trying to take nothing that I didn't do. Now, if I'm actually paying for you to promote your stuff, okay, now we have to talk about the business of me really promoting your stuff, just like every other business. You
So that's the sauce, right? The studio
Right.
time. There's a
The
cost to
studio
that.
time,
The
writing,
promotions.
because I
The
because I
oh,
write music. I actually do everything. I write R&B. I write rock. I write so literally from the production of everything that you have. I'm an engineer. I'm from everything that you have. It's in home with me. Or even if you don't want to use me or you want to use someone else, that's fine. Whatever you need from me, however I can help you out in your situation, then we'll discuss splits on what I did. You understand what I'm saying?
yep.
I'm not trying to get money for stuff that I don't do. And that's what the record labels do. They sign you to 360 deals to where they're getting your show money, they're getting your merchandise money, they're getting money for you doing your work.
Yeah.
And I don't care about doing that because I'm not that type of person.
Well, from what I understand, is you sign with a record label, and the benefit is the record label gives you an advance, right? So they give you a lump sum of money,
Not all.
well, not all.
Not
But
all.
the common, what I hear commonly is, okay, they give me an advance so
Yes.
I can do some moves and do some things, but
Right.
everything from that advance is on me. So the dinners, the tour bus, the team, the staff, the lights, the
Right.
fixtures, the
Right.
just like you said, the iHeartRadio, the Spotify,
Mm-hmm.
all of that
Mm-hmm.
costs money.
It
So
costs
even though
money.
the artist got the advance, they're covering that bill. Like that's coming
Oh,
out of you. So
absolutely. They're
okay.
getting you see, they're getting you on the back end. So a lot of artists, they make music and don't understand that there's a real business to this. There's royalties, there's publishing, there's all types of stuff that you have to understand when you're signing that contract. You're signing away all your publishing, or you're signing away 80% of your publishing. Now, that 80% of your publishing might be, if you're a small artist, it might not mean nothing. That's why they're not going to put money behind you. But if you're a big artist, 80% is the difference between $30 million and 500,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Like you're getting the short. Yeah, you got 500,000, but they just made 30 million
All for you.
off of you. And so many times, once again, we're looking for the quick flip. Next thing, when you sign that deal, they don't give you the money. This is where people get it wrong. They don't. This is why because I've been doing music for over 12 years. I've literally have been experiencing labels from every aspect, from the small ones to the big ones. I have uncles who've been in the industry. I have every type of experience with this situation. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's number one. But number two is, when you sign that deal, they don't give you the money. People get that confused. No, they you take your money and they divvy the money out to what they want. So they'll spend $100,000 on a photographer.
Right.
I just gave you $250,000, but now I'm writing off this $100,000 debt for this photographer and this film production for this music video. Or I'm writing off $50,000 for you to go to the studio, because that studio time has to get paid for. They're
Right.
building the record label. They're not going to build you directly. So why would the record labels not give you that money directly? No, they're and then not only are they not giving you the money directly, that's a loan.
Right. Right.
That's a loan that you have to pay back with interest. So now you have to, let's say if somebody gave you $100,000 loan, they're gonna have to recoup on that. So now they're gonna get their $100,000 back and probably an extra $250,000. Now you're $350,000 in the hole for $100,000. That math don't make sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't. And I wanna pivot, right? So
Mm-hmm.
because you own your own independent record label company, can
Right,
you like say, Def Jam, or you know uh what's the one that's for Tupac, Death Row Records, let
right,
Snoop
right.
Dogg, these other guys, these big dogs, a big competition, you start catching waves, your independent artists
Right.
your artists start catching waves, they start
Mm-hmm.
making traction, and then they
Mm-hmm.
reach out to you. Can they sign you still, or no? Would you sign with a
Yeah.
bigger label than yours, or no?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have really zero intentions of sacrificing my art. I have zero intentions of this. The reason why I created a record label, I've created a record label so m- my record label will be collecting the royalties for my art, and this is something that I plan on passing out to my sons through the way of trust. This is something that so this is not just mine. So I would never. I'm not. And this is me talking right now. I don't know what tomorrow holds. I don't know what anything holds. If the right situation comes up, nigga, we're gonna be right back here talking. We're gonna be right back here, and I'm gonna tell you, hey, look, this is what I did, but this is why I did it. Right? But at the same time, I'm not trying to give away my art. No, this is for my kids after me.
Yeah.
And this is what Henry Ford did. Henry Ford didn't sell Ford to no one else. No, that's going down his bloodline right now. Like, so this is something that us as black people, we don't tend to think of. We think of right now. No, I want to think of future. This is the whole point behind even me investing in certain things. I invested in land. I invested in creating this is why I've invested and why I've invested. So if something happened to me, my kids have a head start in life
You're right.
just off of experiences alone. you know?
You're right. What you're talking about is very powerful, and what comes to mind is the young Disney gentleman who sang The Lion King, and he did
Mm,
an interview on his story when, as a young guy, young kid, he they offered him a lump sum of money. Like, listen, here's a chunk of money, but we own
mm,
Lion King, the portion of Lion King that he sang.
yep,
And then he brought it to his managers and his mom was like, no, let's talk royalties. And so the mom kicked it back to the producers and said, no, my son is
yep,
singing this portion of The Lion King, we want royalties, we don't want a lump sum payout, because that means y'all own the song. And so now he talks about it. He's like, that was the best move that his mom and his team suggested for him, because if he had took that money, he wouldn't own that song. but because he sang it and he took the royalties, he still gets paid. And he said he like sometimes that money comes through in a clutch. Like just anytime Lion King is on tour in Broadway, anytime they're doing a remake or a new addition to the Lion King, his
Yep.
royalties go up because people are
Every
looking for
time.
the classics every time. The song, they're finding it, they're replaying it, their history, and so that
Yep.
deal, what you just said, that's what came to mind, and that was
Absolutely.
powerful. It's like, listen, so you own your masters because it's your record label, your company. And I hear about this all the time, especially the most recent one, Sierra and Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband bought her
Bought.
masters.
Yep. Yep.
So what is the significance? Do you ever plan to sell your masters one day, or you always gonna keep them in house with Hyrule Records,
Um,
no matter what?
it's always gonna be kept because it's not just like I was saying. It's not just me. This is too many black people have created timeless music right now. Um, man, if you really listen to and do your homework on um all of the different acts that have been going on since the early 1920s, 1930s, all of these artists never got properly compensated for their
Mm,
music.
facts.
None of them have. And this is the problem. So you will see somebody say, okay, well, he sold his masters for $60 million. Okay, he got $60 million for selling his masters. But the reality of this, his masters probably worth 5 times that.
Mm,
But he doesn't want that slow money. It's worth that over time, over 30, 40 years. He don't want that. No, come on. People want that fast money. They want the money right now. And they get us like this every time. I just got an offer for someone to because I own 5 acres in a different city I am now. But someone offered um to buy the acres from me. It's
right.
like 25,000. I'm like, 5 acres for 25,000. Like, no, you can't disrespect me like that. But at the same time, that's the equivalent to what's happening in the music industry. They're giving you fast, hey, here goes some good money. And you see people with small minds and not really processing the road down or the long game. They're going to sell out because they want this fast money. They're thinking that they could flip the money. No, when you get that money, guess what you're going to do? You're going to spend it. It's like everyone else, and then now you sold away something that could have been generational. It could have been generational for you. It could have
Yeah.
it could have changed. One song can change the whole trajectory of your bloodline. One song. One. And these people sell it away like it means nothing. And now you have some other kid, some little kid from one of these record labels. His kid is getting paid for the rest of his life off of Tupac, and Tupac family is never not getting paid.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like this is Biggie, Puff Daddy. Diddy's getting paid for the rest of his life for his masters, for Biggie's masters.
Right.
Biggie's family's not getting all that money,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and that's
I,
just what it is.
that's powerful. I want to talk to you about the latest trend, and I want to ask your professional opinion. You remind me of another young lady who's also a music artist. She sings gospel. She does really well. She always, not always, I don't want to say that, but she has stressed to me the stressors that she deals with: getting a good engineer, getting a good
Mm,
promoter, getting a good,
right.
all the things. So that's what she reminded me of. But I want to talk to you about a current trend. As you know, there is a new chat GPT and technology and artificial
Mm,
intelligence, right?
right.
And so
Right.
now this new technology can actually say, hey, you can go to chat GPT and say, hey, make me a song with ISO the Gods style. And then the robot, the artificial intelligence, will write a whole new song, never,
Yep.
but with your feel, your tenses. It can try and predict the type of format and how you say certain words. And
Mm,
then there's another AI that can actually mimic your voice and release.
absolutely.
And I think that happened to Drake recently, where they created an artificial song using Drake's voice, and it got 20 million views, and it got nothing to do with Drake. So, as a professional in the industry, are you for this technology or are you against it, and why?
I mean, me as a artist, of course, I'm against that because that that just disrespects the whole process of art. You know, like imagine if uh, Leonardo DiCaprio or Da Vinci. Imagine if they didn't paint and you had a computer digitally making all of these great paintings. Imagine if you had someone created Beethoven with a computer.
Mm.
You know
Mhm.
like classical art pieces that's really stand the test of time.
Right.
Imagine if it was fake.
Mm.
You
Mhm.
you understand? Like it's that's crazy to me as an artist.
Mhm.
But now as a business, I understand why people would do
You do.
it. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. If people could get away with that and make money, they should. Absolutely. Because you know what? This system has been cheating us for a very long time. We didn't create the AI to do this. Where's the AI coming from?
Right.
Where where is the AI coming from that's able to do all of this stuff? How how was this allowed? How is YouTube or whatever platform it got all of these views on? How are these platforms allowing someone to literally steal their voice? And man, it doesn't. It's all a game. It's all a gimmick. And the truth of it is, the people who actually do it suffer because of these loopholes. So the reality of it is, it's not going nowhere. I'm seeing people chat GPT whole songs, and I'm like, how? In my mind, I'm like, how? Like I'm writing music according to where I'm at.
Right.
I can't understand a computer being able to tell me where I'm at in my experiences. I just can't. I can't understand that. But if people can get away with it, it's just like any other scheme. It's just like crypto. It's just like everything else it's no different. People
Right.
lost billions of dollars with crypto. Where is this money, this crypto money even coming from? What is it? It's they're doing this stuff to keep us in our minds from actually being able to create stuff. And I feel like this is an attack on art, honestly. I really do feel that way. But if someone can get paid for it, hey, by any means, this economy is terrible. Everything is terrible. It's hard out here. If you can get paid however you get paid and it's legal, or and you're not going to take a penitentiary chance and you just could chat GPT it, do it.
Right.
I'm for it. I'm not against that.
So let me get that straight. From the business perspective, you're for it because from a business standpoint, it makes sense to you. But
It
from an
does.
artist standpoint, you don't care for it because it takes
No.
away from the
Yeah.
actual. So let's
Art.
say
Right.
let's say they do it, but and they pay you even though it's not you. Would you feel better as an artist that they're using a song that you didn't create with
Right.
your voice,
Right.
but they'll compensate you because they understand that this is based off of your character, your style, your format,
Mm-hmm.
your culture, your history, right?
Right.
You.
Right.
It's
Right.
based
Right.
off of you. So would you feel better about that as an artist or no? Still no. Like no, that's not
Um.
me.
Honestly, I'm just being transparent
Yep.
because I probably would. If you would not only pay me and give me royalties for it and I didn't have to record, mix, master, absolutely. I will take this free check. Yes. I would. Yes, I would. I am not too big to get my kids paid. And that's how I see it. I mean, and we have actually examples of this because people still, I don't know if you've been hearing music lately, like people literally just straight up stealing songs, like
Yeah.
word for word stealing songs.
Yeah. And that,
Like,
but it's coming out now. Like Cardi B is saying, "Hey, this portion of your song you stole from me," or Drake, or
right,
Kanye, or
right,
somebody is like, "Yo, you stealing snippets from me, bro." Like,
right, right,
there's very
right.
few artists like Lil Wayne who's off the cuff, just
Yeah,
go in the
no,
studio, kill it for 2 hours, just wrote his whole album off of the dome, and
right.
that's you have very few artists that can still do that.
Well, I could tell you why a lot of artists don't do it because business wise, it doesn't make sense now. It doesn't make sense for someone to put out 150 songs right now. You know, music how music was consumed in the early 2000s. Right now, that's not the climate. Right now, people have the attention span of 1 minute, 2 minutes max. You know, people their
The
attention span
TikTok,
is
the TikTok
yeah,
generation.
yeah. The attention span is not it's not where it should be, and so now people don't consume music as much as they once did. So Lil Wayne isn't even releasing music like how he once did for a reason because people don't want to hear it. We want to hear whatever new TikTok dance, you know, whatever challenge they have. Okay, what's this funny song behind that? Like, you know, that's this is how people literally consume music. They're not listening to albums anymore. So now everyone is rushing to get that TikTok hit. Everyone is fighting for the TikTok hit. Everyone is fighting for the YouTube short hit. Everyone is fighting for the Instagram story hit or the real hit. Or, you know, like they're not actually caring about the art. And so that's why people they don't care about making music. Like, it's not, like, that's why everything, people don't, they use so many ghostwriters. They copy so many people, different styles. Any song you hear from me, I promise you this. I wrote every word and it's 100% about reality.
Thanks.
Any song you ever hear from me is going to be about reality. Like stuff I've seen, stuff I experienced, stuff I've seen other people experience. Like, it's going to be about this, and it's going to feel like it. It's going to feel like, okay, no, he's saying something every song because I care about that. I care about it. And I feel like music is going in that direction. I feel like music is going back to meaning something.
Yeah.
Like, too long have music not meant something for the last probably 30 years now. Music has been on gangster rap. Music has been on drug rap. Music has been on, you know, even now we listen to like all of the sexy reds. It's on, you know, all of these. This is what music is. It's crazy, but I believe that music is going to do a 180. I feel like it's going to come back, and I feel like Killer Mike winning those Grammys is kind of a testament of that too. That, hey, people are starting to take notice to these people who are actually lyricists.
The art. It's an
Right.
art. It's an art. Super dope, super dope. We are out of time. ISO, the God, sir, help us, help us, help us, help us. What are some last nuggets that you want to tell us about you, your artistry, your work, your incredible work? Any nuggets? You've dropped so many nuggets today, so much insight. Again, you guys gotta cop the album. This thing is intense, sir. What do you want to leave my audience with today?
I would say this. Um, I literally woke up one day and said, you know, I am sick and tired of allowing someone else to steal my energy, not just from, you know, everyday life, but from even these engineers. Like, engineers, they're people don't take your art as serious as you. So one day I said, you know what, I'm gonna start mixing and mastering my own music. I'm gonna start recording my own music. I'm gonna set. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put myself in a position to where I can do it myself, and I don't have to be on nobody else's time. And so this is what I would leave. My leaving thing is would be, if you can do it yourself, take the time to do it yourself. It's a grind. It's hard. It's aggravating. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a lot of long hours. It's going to be times where you feel like you're not being appreciated. All of this stuff is going to happen, but that's how you know you're doing the right thing. And eventually it's going to pay off. Like, the universe is going to allow, like, it's going to give you back what you put out. And
Super
that's what
dope.
I feel like. Yep.
I love that. Where can people get the mood today? Where can people get this new album?
They could get it the track from everywhere they consume music, from YouTube Music to Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal. It's everywhere. You could Google it. ISO the God Mood Today. You know. However, it's everywhere, and it's actually saying something. And I have a project. This is one of the first songs off the project, but I'm gonna be releasing a few more songs. I'm gonna release another song probably in another week or so. But I just have music that I've been waiting to release. I've been waiting through getting it copyright. I've waiting through everything, and now I'm ready to start flooding a whole bunch. I got a whole bunch of stuff that's coming, and this is just the beginning. And that's why I put this song out first, because I feel like this is a good understanding of where I'm coming from.
It is. It's dope, dope, dope. Coming out. This is what we need. This is what we need coming out of a pandemic, man. We need some change your mood today. Yo, you guys, we gotta let this man go. This man is working. This man is killing the game and about to change and flip this industry on its head. You can check him out on all social media platforms, like he said. If you want to connect with him and his company, it's at TikTok for my audio listeners. It's ISO God King on TikTok and Instagram and anywhere you get your social media.
Yep.
Check him out. Get on board. Check out the album. It
And
is fire. Go ahead.
I want to give one more little shout out. Y'all could check out highroadrecordsmusic.com. If it's any artists that want advice, need help, anything like that, y'all could contact me there. Y'all could email me. If you actually have some music that you want to get put out, you don't know the process of going through it. You don't have anyone to help you with this. You could contact us. You can hit us up. We could work together. We could do whatever. Let us know how we can help you, and this is what we're trying to do, and this is the relationship that we're trying to build with other artists right now.
Super dope. Super dope. There it is, y'all. You have no excuse. No excuse. The door is open, wide open. We helping one another. We helping each other take it to the next level. Absolutely. All right, y'all. We got to let him go. Mr. ISO, God is killing the game, changing the game. But thank you all for tuning in to this unexpected live for us. I know I kind of released it last minute, but I'm glad that you guys been rocking with us. And this will be released shortly on audio platforms, Spotify, Apple iTunes, and every other social media platform. But thank you all for sticking with us. We got to let him go. Like we always end every show. I want to say first, thank you, sir. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for spreading the word, educating us, sharing with us. We appreciate you. I appreciate you wholeheartedly. So thank you, bro, for what you do.
I appreciate you, man. Definitely, man. Next time, listen, I got some other stuff. I can't wait to come back and talk about it as well.
Super dope. Super dope. And thank you all for tuning into the Gentleman Style Podcast impromptu show. Thank you for all for checking them out. Check them out. ISO, the God King, on all social media platforms. Google him. Check him out. This is dope. This album is hot. Like we always end every show, take care of your friends, take care of your family, and always, always take care of business. This is Marcus, your favorite gentleman, and ISO, the God of High Road Records, CEO and founder, signing off. Love you guys.